How's it going, apes? It's me, Monkey. Um, yeah, I'm about to yap, so just brace yourselves. How we doing today? Hope we're doing okay. Let's get to it. Welcome to my grotto show. We're talking about potential man Usopp here today. Now, I'm gonna be real. I was scrolling around on this godforsaken app, and I was seeing just a little bit of slander for my boy, pitting him up against Courage, the cowardly dog of all people. Now, I'm gonna be real, that's comparing apples to oranges. Let's be honest, Courage the Cowardly Dog is no coward indeed. That boy there gets the business as soon as Mariel is in trouble. So, that's a bit of I would say that's a bit of a bad comparison. But I do inevitably understand the frustration when it comes to Usopp. Hell, I suffer through it myself every single day. But the issue is that this frustration is not being communicated effectively because, unfortunately, a lot of the more, let's say, younger fans of not only Usopp but One Piece in general are more using terminology that's best to be described as hype moments and aura, which is not what quality writing is about. It is simply the result of good writing, in which Usopp has a good amount of. However, this frustration is more categorized as not wanting more feats, not wanting him to contribute more when it comes to the Straw Hats. No, 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 no. That's not it at all, and here's the reason why. What people want aren't feats. What people want isn't, hype moments and aura, might as well say. What people want is progress. That's what Usopp fans want, and I would say in general what One Piece fans want for Usopp is actual progress. Why do you think Usopp fans cling to moments like Arlong Park, Enies Lobby, Dressrosa, and even a little bit of Wano? Now, here's the thing, Usopp does put in work. Oh, my boy puts in work, but it's shadowed. It's overshadowed, I would even say, by not only the feats and deeds and contributions of the other Straw Hats, but also it is immensely overshadowed by his cowardly nature. Unfortunately, I do feel like there was a bit of a regression when it comes to his writing. However, I do have faith in Oda's writing. He is a master of the craft, and as a storyteller myself, I do have to bow to his absolute artistry when it comes to narrative design. Here's the thing when it comes to Whole Cake Island, I would say. He was absolutely going to bail out on the Tontatas. And the thing is, what inevitably saved him and made him heralded as a hero to the Tontatas is him switching it around and ensuring that Luffy, Law, and I would say the rest of the Straw Hats weren't turned into toys by Sugar, I believe her name was. Forgive me, it's been a while. But the thing is that the Tontatas didn't know that Usopp was going to bail on him. But I believe that Oda sees the plot line that I see, which is Usopp knows that he was going to bail on them. Usopp knows that he was going to bail on them. Yes, he inevitably didn't and ended up saving them, but he knows that deep down in his core, he was going to abandon them for himself. And when we even go to Wano, when him and Nami were absolutely getting bodied by fucking, what was her name? Uta, I believe? The freaking dinosaur lady. Yeah. I want to say her name was Uta. When they were getting bodied by them, and Nami was about to straight up die via the Tanjiro special, Usopp really wanted her to lie about Luffy becoming the king of the pirates because he didn't want his friend to die. Now, of course, he did not voice this, but he thought it. Now, I'm with a lot of people on the thing of like, dude, like, even if you thought it, what a betrayal of your principles, man. Because was it not in the Alabasta arc when it came to his battle when he was fighting alongside Chopper, when he was professing that you have to stand on your principles, especially when your friend's dream is getting bad mouth? Nami went ahead and did that, but Usopp was very willing to sit there, play dead, and yes, even lie about that. And I believe Oda knows that. He has that as a plot point for him because Usopp knows that. I truly believe that when it comes to Elbaf, I do believe that that is going to be an arc for another progress point for Usopp, because we have to remember, it took a while, it took a long while for Usopp to have a big jump in character. You know, we went from Arlong Park to, I would say, the island where the giants were at when they first went ahead and encountered them. And then think about the amount of arcs that we had in between those two instances and Enies Lobby. It was a long time. It was a long time for Usopp to basically explode in character like that. And I do believe that is going to come again. Oda likes to take his time. He's a slow cooker, a pressure cooker, if you will. You gotta give him some time, people. You do. But I understand the frustration behind it, because all that we're seeing, all that we have as of late is just him being incredibly cowardly, whiny, bitchy, petulant, one would say. All right? And what we're looking for is just a little bit of progress, what we were actually promised, a moment for him to overcome this and actually make some more progress to him becoming the brave warrior of the sea that he so desperately wants to become. That's all that we want. And the thing is, the modern language of the time is conflating that with everything else that the Straw Hats are doing. Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, the monster trio actually going out and duking it out. But you have to understand that Usopp is far more nuanced than them. He's not powerful enough to be free, people. That's the thing. Luffy is powerful enough to be free. Zoro is powerful enough to be free. Sanji is powerful enough to be free. And free in the sense of they are free to simply be themselves. They have the most stable identity because they have the power to reinforce it. Power of character, powerful personality, and yes, even physical power. Usopp is a human that we know of. Wink wonk, if you know, you know. But Usopp is a human in a world of gods and demons, angels and monsters. He's just a man. Straight Odysseus out here. All right? Armed to the teeth with nothing but plant pods and a fucking slingshot. That's it. That's all that he has. And yes, he does have observation haki formulated under stress of freaking battle. But it's not like there's anyone in the crew that's actually going to teach him how to use it. You really think Luffy? You really think Luffy, the goofy, the clown Spanish stallion that he is going to actually bother to sit down and teach this man how to use observation haki? Don't mess with me. Don't mess with me. Like, whoa. Who else is on there? Zoro? You think Zoro's gonna teach him? Sanji? Real? Like, who on there? Like, maybe Jinbei. Maybe Jinbei. And that's a big maybe. All that we want is a little bit of progress when it comes to Usopp, even 1%. And we were promised years ago that Elbaf would be the arc, that it would be the arc where Usopp will have some more significant development. Dare I say, even a breakthrough. But then you also have to remember, Oda is a bit tricky. He's a bit of a tricky man. Because remember, Egghead Island was, quote unquote, supposed to be Frankie's arc. And we barely got a lot of that. We got more of an explanation into Bartholomew Kuma, Bonnie, what happened to the Buccaneers. Oda is using these arcs to set up his endgame, to set up the big bad for the series. And I understand that. That's why we're going through the whole memory thing with God Valley as of right now, and watching Rocks go through all of that shit. That's what's happening as of right now. He's setting up for everything to happen. And also remember, there's a lot of characters that he has to freaking juggle, man. This is quite an undertaking. His magnum opus. Like, I would not be surprised if that man retires from manga altogether once One Piece is done. I'm gonna be so real with you. All right? Because this is an arduous task in storytelling. But when it comes to Usopp, by far the story's most human character imaginable, you gotta have some time to go ahead and cook up that nuance. I truly believe that events on Elbaf, as they stand right now, will definitely focus on the more lighter characters. Hell, didn't we not just get some lore drop on freaking Brook recently? Not only Brook, but also like Shanks, Shamrock, everything of that sort, but most especially Brook. And then I think we even got like a little bit of hints that Nami is about to have a bit of a time when it comes to her story as well. Give it some time, people. Give it some time. I do have some faith, but I do understand the frustration. We Usopp fans, we're yearning for some progress. It doesn't have to be a big feat. It doesn't have to be the defeat of a major character. I mean, it would fucking help. It would absolutely fucking help. So in that way, we can stop with these goddamn slander arguments. Like, please, Oda, save us. Our boy is dying out here in the trenches. But think about it for a sec. Just think about it for a sec. I do believe that events are going to be structured in such a way to where Usopp will save the day in an extremely significant way, along with there being a breakthrough in his character. It will take time. Hell, it may even take some years. We got to be real here. One Piece is going to go on for that long, so it may take a little bit. But I do believe that it's going to happen. I'm very faithful that it is going to happen because Oda is a master of the craft, and Usopp is known to carry around that guilt, to carry around that thoughts. That's what led to the explosion in Enies Lobby. He conflated the Straw Hats' treatment of the Going Merry with how they may treat him. Because he doesn't have hockey, he doesn't have a devil fruit, he's not able to best his foes in physical combat. He's not a fighter in that regard. And if he's broken enough, if he's damaged enough, he feared that he would be thrown aside, just like the Mary. Despite how much he tries to fix, despite how much that he pulls through for the crew in his own way, he was fearful that he would be casted aside. And he did not want that. That's why he fought with Luffy on that. And the thing is, he fought pretty damn good because that's what he fucking locked in. And he would have won had he had a little bit more resources at his disposal. He still did a lot of damage during the fight. Now, I know what you mean. Oh, but Monkey, he's still a fraud. He still got knocked out in one punch. Now, I'm going to have to be real with y'all. Take into account everything that we have learned so far when it comes to Luffy. Usopp was fighting against the borderline god of this world, the de facto most dangerous devil fruit user known to man in the world, the Spanish stallion, Monkey D. Luffy. And he almost fucking won. And he took a hit from that. Oh, well, it was just a single gum pistol. Do you know how many people that quote unquote single gum pistol laid out? It laid out a lot of people, brother. Rewatch the series. Luffy throws a mean punch. I'm gonna be so real with y'all. That's the real of it. But he still got back from it. Not only did he take the punch, yeah, it laid him out, but Usopp was already badly damaged from getting jumped by the Frankie crew earlier in that freaking arc. So he was already banged up, already tired. Not to mention, he was still recovering from fucking Skypiea. Skypiea, people. Inaru. Shocking the life out of people. And he still tanked that. Alright? Usopp is no slouch. He could take some freaking hits. And he was already damaged. You really think that if he was actually healthy enough to go into a battle, that one punch from Luffy would lay him out? No. Now, if you want to argue with me, oh yeah, a Gum Gum Bazooka would lay him out, I'm not arguing that. Absolutely. Usopp would be floored at that. Brother, I would be floored at that. I'm pretty fucking tough. I've taken shots from giants, man. And even that would lay me out. I'm not gonna hold you. The Spanish stallion takes no prisoners. But to get back to the point, Usopp's gonna have his time. I do firmly believe that. And the reason why I believe that is because Oda is not a slouch when it comes to storytelling. He's a bit slow. He's very slow when it comes to cooking it up. But he's not a hack. All right? It feels like a lot of regression. It feels incredibly simplified. But also remember that this is a story decades in the making. It's going to take a little bit, so give it time. We will have our Usopp moment. Rest assured. I do promise you that, all right? Now then, with my yap concluded, I am gonna go fuck off somewhere. But until I do so, take it easy, have fun, keep some music in your heart, keep on jamming, monkey out, baby, and remember, all caps, when you spell the man's name, God Usopp will be having his moment. Stay tuned, apes.